Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ARK Survival Ascended, and today I'm going to be going ahead and getting some stuff ready for the next boss fight run that we're going to be doing in a couple weeks. So I'm thinking today I'm mostly going to be going around and doing a little bit of taming. I want to go ahead and work on getting a bunch of Yutys, and now that I mentioned that, I should probably actually go ahead and just pull for the kibble that I'm going to need. There we go. I'll just bring enough for 10 of them, even though that's probably way more than enough. There we go. I have tons, though. But yeah, I want to get some Yutys. I think those will be really helpful for the fight. At the very least, it's taller than a Malwyn, and hopefully that can go ahead and avoid getting me set on fire by a Herald like last time. But I also want to work on trying to get the final staff for Ostons I'm going to need, because I am almost done with Ostons. I have the mutations. I think I'm at 19 across the board on average, but I don't have a good damage stat yet. And from what I understand, you can actually breed a higher stat into a mutation stack partway through the mutation stack. So I do want to go ahead and get some better damage, because the ones that my mutating ones have is a pretty low damage stat, and I'm really nervous it's not going to be good enough for the boss fight. So we'll probably go ahead and try and get ourselves some Ostons, but I also really want to focus on Yutys, because I think Yutys will be helpful. They're just a staple of boss fighting in the game. There's only one boss fight that I actually know of that you normally don't use the Yuty in, and that's Rockwell, because there aren't Yutys on Apparition. So for the most part, you always bring a Yuty because they're just always helpful. So I definitely want to go ahead and utilize one in the Lost King boss fight, because I think it'll be really helpful. And I'm actually curious to know if Malwyns can be Courage Roared with a single use of Courage Roar, or if they need a couple doses of the Courage Roar. But I do want to go ahead and be able to utilize that, as I think it'll be really helpful, and it looks like there's probably going to be one over here coming into view soon. What time is it? Okay, it's becoming night, so might not be a bad idea to turn on night vision here in a bit. But, oh, I hear it. There it is. And looks small. Yeah, only level 20. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We'll definitely find a good one, though, and at the very least, I need the blood packs for a sanguine. But yeah, probably just going to be doing some taming today, and I also do want to take the Yuty that I get, or at least one of them, into the city, because I want to know if a herald on the back of a rhino is actually able to go ahead and set me on fire if I'm on the back of a Yuty. I know they can't on an Ostodon, but I don't know if Ostodons have a special property where they protect their rider from being dismounted or set on fire, because I also can't get stunned off of my Ostodon when I'm doing resource caches and Bison use their stun attack. I can't go ahead and get knocked off of the Ostodon, so I want to make sure that I can be immune to fire when I'm on the back of a Yuty, because that's going to be crucial for the boss fight. But hopefully it won't take us too long to find something good. Guessing there's a Revenant Ostodon given the location, but may as well take a look. Unfortunately, it is getting really dark here. That's really unfortunate, so it's going to be a little bit hard to see, and I apologize for that, but unfortunately, nothing I can really do about the time. So yeah, I'm hoping that we can go ahead and get some good stuff here today. It'd be really nice if I go ahead and get the final stat, but I did have to Dino Wipe for the anniversary event, so I should be able to go ahead and scour the entire map for Ostodons. I'm sure I can find a bunch of good levels. It's just all about whether or not I can get the damage stat that I need. I'd prefer to find it here in this episode, but if not, I will go ahead and just find out my own time if I have to. But yeah, definitely going to be taming up Yutys today. That's definitely going to be something we'll do, and hopefully I won't have to tame up too many. I don't think I want to be too picky on the stats. I'm obviously not going to be mutating them, because I just don't have time for that. But I would like to get some really good stats if that's possible. But I don't really feel like we're going to be able to get too many of those. We're just going to ignore that one, because that's going to be a Revenant down there, and let's just head up to this mountain. We should be able to find a Yuty pretty quickly. Oh, there we go. Right here on the cliff. Let's see what level it is. 55. That is nowhere near good enough. I think I'll probably just try to shoot it, because I really don't want to get hit by Fear Roar. Must have had bad health too. Hopefully we can find some better ones pretty quickly. This isn't exactly the best mountain to look for them. Okay, that's just a Ledu. I probably would want to go over to another area. In particular, there's a lake that I've come to call it Oston Lake just because it's the best spot for farming Ostodons, but normally I can find like 3 Yutais there at a time, so we'll definitely work our way over there. And what was that, an Alpha Rex? Oh, it is. I'm kind of tempted to kill that, but I don't really need to, so I guess I'll just leave it for now. Maybe we can take my Yutai against it. I guess Yutai probably can't really take on Alpha Rex now that I think about it. Maybe a mutated one could, but definitely not just a imprinted one. I will definitely go ahead and combine the best stats that I get this episode, and if I ever tame any after this episode, and get an imprinted one. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's actually going to be pretty hard to level a Yutai because they're not really great for combat. I guess I could try and take it up against a Gamma resource cache. Maybe we can do that if we got time, but yeah, I feel like Yutais just aren't really gonna have a good way to level them. I might just give them a couple blasts of Drakeling XP and level 90 Ostodon. That's not particularly helpful. Just get rid of you. Come on. There we go. All right. Oh, speaking of shotguns, may as well go ahead and let you guys know about this, but I end up getting another cursed pump action shotgun blueprint from an outpost that I did. I want to say it was an alpha defense now that I think about it, but I ended up putting in the tinkering desk with some good gear, and we got a good pump action shotgun blueprint. I believe it's like 500 some damage, I think. Unfortunately, the thing costs 1,000 elements, or red elements, so yeah, getting the element to make it is going to take a very long time, and I also did the same thing with a cursed chest piece. Both the shotgun and the chest piece are upgrades to what I currently have without any crafting skill, so with crafting skill, I'm hoping not only can we get a damage-capped pump-action shotgun, but I don't really know what armor cap for flak is, but hopefully the chest piece can become one of my best armor pieces. I definitely would like to get both of them cursed, especially before the boss fight, as the double equipment traits are going to be really helpful, and I mean, I've just really wanted to get a damage-capped pump-action shotgun ever since I started this series. I've really wanted that. I love using the pump-action shotgun, so I've really been hoping to get a really good one, but unfortunately, we really haven't been able to do that yet. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any Yutais up here on this mountain, so they're normally not too common around here, but I feel like there should have been more than what we have, and yeah, all the Ostodons are just really bad today, so that's unfortunate. And I think that's a Alpha Carno up there, right? I think so. Here, let's just go ahead and take this guy out. Old-fashioned way. Ooh, that's a very nice looking vulture. Fortunately, the anniversary event's going to give some nice colors, so hopefully our Yutais can also look relatively nice, though I gotta be honest, I'm normally not the fan of having very bright colors on my creatures, as probably should have been obvious by my mutation color choices by now, but yeah. Yeah, I guess let's just head over to Oston Lake and just see what's over there. That normally can provide me with a good amount of stuff, and I don't think I've been here since I did the Dino Wipe. I've kind of been avoiding this, waiting till I can go ahead and actually get this episode recorded, so hopefully we'll have some good stuff over there. But just for anyone who doesn't know where I'm talking about, it's this lake right over here. There are tons of Ostodons that spawn over here. I think it actually has the highest spawn chance for an Ostodon, and there's a lot of vultures, Onyx, RGs, Terrorbirds, Perlavia, and Yutais. Lots of Yutais spawn over here. And I feel like there's just a lot of creatures that spawn here in general, so it's really easy to just wipe it clean of all the creatures. And normally after wiping it through everything a couple times, which it normally only takes like 10 to 15 minutes for everything to respawn, you'll normally get an Ostodon. So it's definitely the best spot, in my opinion, to go ahead and try and farm good level Ostodons. But of course, it's never guaranteed. This is ARK. It does come down to luck a lot of the time, but yeah, this is definitely my most recommended spot to try and find them. Hopefully we actually have some Ostodons and Yutais. I see one Yutai. There's normally more than that, though, so we got a 140, though. We definitely want to tame that. Is there one over here? Hold on, can I turn on night vision? I can. Whoops, missed it. Let's see. I just see the one Yutai this time. That's not normal. Normally there's more, but here, let's just quickly mop everything up in the area before we start the taming process. Just because I don't want this thing to go ahead and get damaged while it's knocked out, so... Hang on, let me just go ahead and take everything out. Alright, got everything except the Carnos down, and unfortunately now the Yutai wants to kill me, so I need to be very careful about the Fear Roar. I think that hit the Carno. Now that I think about it, it might actually be better just to go ahead and knock it out, and I can take the Carnos out when I'm done, seeing that they're not going to fight the Yutai itself. Let's make sure that we're up nice and high in the air, so... hang on, can you guys deal with that Scorpion for me? Or... Nope, just want to kill me? Alright, whatever. There, one more? Nope, missed it. Shooting off the back of a Desmo is not exactly the easiest thing to do, but it's definitely better than sitting down there way on the ground where... Whoops. Did not mean to knock you out, Mr. Carno. That's my bad. Is it? Nope, still up. And headshot, is that enough? How much torpor do these things have? Oh, there it goes. Alright, hopefully... Oh, I hear it taking damage. I did hear it taking damage, right? I think I did. Here, let's just go ahead and check the stats, and then, we can go ahead and see what we're working with here. Okay, good weight stat. That's good to have. Let me just go ahead and do that so we can put it on the tracker. And it should be... Just need to switch over to Tames in Progress. And it should come up here in a second. I feel like I heard it take damage after it fell asleep, but I guess just want to check. Yeah, it did. I don't really feel like we're going to need a weight stat that's that crazy. I mean, I don't really weigh that much. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to take this guy out. Yeah. Yeah, we can find more. We can find more, and... I'm sorry, did I not? There we go. Yeah, I don't want to go ahead and have to wait an hour, however long it takes for a Yutai to wake up for that, so I definitely would prefer to just go ahead and find another one. Maybe I should track them instead of the Ostons, though. Okay, it looks like we're getting led to an Oston over this way, so... Let's see if I can find it. It could be on this mountain, but... and it's kind of pointing us towards the aberrant area. I guess it technically could be a Revenant, but I feel like it's got to be a normal wild one by now. Oh, there it is. 1 for 5. Okay. Really bad spot, though. We're going to have to figure out a way to get it down. Best method for that is normally just to have it try and chase me down. Yeah, nothing in this area is really going to be that helpful for taming it. Let me go ahead and turn off auto mesmerize on spotlight, because that could cause some problems. And let's also go ahead and make ourselves a sanguine for this guy. Let's see. Care to follow me off the cliff, please? Stuck on this Dodec. Hang on a second. Let me get it back down to an area where we can actually start to tame this thing. Okay, now she should be down there. Perfect. Alright. Let's see. We got Scorpion over here. That's an okay target. Let's see. Oh, another Yutai already spawned. 55. Let's get rid of that quickly. We could definitely use one of those Perlavias in there. That'll definitely be helpful. Alright, there we go. Okay, oh, she followed me over here. I didn't really realize this earlier, but, she's blue. Kind of a nice bluish green. I guess that's probably turquoise, actually, I'm thinking about. But very nice colors. Not exactly what I'm looking for. I already have all my colors done for Ocelons, but always nice to see the pretty event colors. I'm gonna have to deal with this mana first. I really hope that one day they're gonna rework this thing's AI so they actually can't just spam all of their movement abilities. That's... Okay, oh, I can't go ahead and use my attack without Okay, I might have to actually wait for it to just... Yeah, there we go. Quickly, I can help you with that. There we go. Alright, we can just find some stuff along the way to go ahead and stuff inside. I see a terror bird over there. That'll work. Let's just quickly go ahead and apply the tranks. And this should be the last one, I think. There we go. Yep, there we go. Quickly let me off and whistle passive just to be safe. I forgot that Mischief's over here with me. He honestly will probably go ahead and just aggro stuff to go ahead and get put into the bolus. Come on. Oh, I don't have this whistle on my hotbar. That's not good. Shouldn't take too long to go ahead and get this girl tamed up, so hold on, I'll come back when we're ready to check out the stats. Alright, here we go. Should be done taming here in a minute. Alright, now we just gotta very quickly give her the sanguine, and alright, there we go. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of stuff around here that's very angry, so... that damage looks really bad, actually. Here, let's take a look. Oh yeah, no, that's really bad damage. Alright, well, definitely not what we were looking for. Now I need to go find Anemia, though, because when I left her, she had a couple Perlavias attacking her, so hopefully she's okay. I'm sure she's fine. She's got a really good saddle and a bunch of health, so... Or both the Perlavias just stopped attacking her. Alright, that works. While I did go ahead and tame her up, though, I did hear a Yutai over this direction, so we can go ahead and check it out and see if it's a good level. Hopefully it is. I think I heard it around here somewhere. Yep, there it is. And it's level 90. Looks like luck is not on my side today. Just go ahead and quickly take it down, and I think we may need to move to a more populated area. I guess this is probably the best area on the map to find them. I'll just go ahead and look around the mountains around here on the eastern side, and maybe hopefully we can find something, and I'll bring us back. Hold up, wait. Okay, never mind. We're not leaving just yet. 150 Yutai with triplets, holy cow. Hopefully this one will have a good stat. I'm hoping for some good stamina, or I'd also like some good health. Actually, health over stamina, probably. We're gonna need a lot of health if we're taking this thing into a boss fight, but, here, let's just see how she looks when we get into the inventory. Should be going to sleep here pretty soon. I don't want to shoot her if she's gonna go down. Alright, I think we need one more shot. There we go. Perfect. And there's another one in the water. 145, maybe? 55. Here, let me just... That should do it. Wait. Missed? Missed again. Hold on, wait a minute. There we go. And now we gotta worry about those Carnos. We should be fine, though. You guys just stay over there. And... damage. Well, it's a Yutai, so I guess I can't be too picky. Even if the stats really aren't what I was looking for. I guess we'll have to go ahead and find something else. I'll probably just keep going around tracking Ocedons, and if I happen to find a Yutai, I'll go ahead and tame it. Then again, I do want to kind of fill my quota. I think we should at least go for 5 Yutais, and... oh, I really want to tame that, but I don't have time to mutate them, so... I'm sorry, but... I'm gonna have to pass on that one. Maybe if Acros turn out to be really common on a Gen 1, we can go ahead and mutate them over there. I am trying to compile a list of everything that I want to go ahead and mutate for that map. So if you do have any suggestions, do let me know. I've only fought in the Master Controller once, and I believe I used Rexes if I remember correctly, but those were Rexes I had on a cluster, so they're also really high level in stats, and yeah, I'm not really sure what the best option for the Master Controller fight is. I do know that Wildcard Theory TLC is coming out at some point, and I'm hoping that it's going to be during the time that Gen 1 is going to be the main map. So I'm hoping that maybe we can go ahead and use them. I know that I tend to use the PaleoArk mods, and so I have a TLC'd Theory already, but I would not mind going ahead and converting some of them into normal wildcard Theories, just to see what the TLC is like. I'll definitely go ahead and cover it. In addition to that, I'm not really sure what mods I want to use. I used quite a few creature mods on Val, and I turned all but the PaleoArk ones off here for Lost Colony. I honestly can't really play without PaleoArk at this point. I just really like even just the aesthetics I think are really nice, just having the creatures look a little bit better and more up to date. But yeah, I think that I am still looking around as to what mods I want to use, and whether or not I would like to, what creatures I'd like to mutate. So if you have any suggestions for creatures to mutate, or whether or not I should use modded creatures or try to keep it similar to how Lost Colony was, I'd probably just use the creatures that I used on Val. Nothing too crazy, or the ones here on Lost Colony. So if you have any input on whether I should modded creatures or no modded creatures, which one is more preferred, I guess, I am open to the idea of either, and of course any ideas for mutations on that map will be nice. I'm really stuck trying to figure out good Yutai. But I'm really stuck trying to figure out what creature I want to use to fight Motor, because I'm almost certainly gonna be using PaleoArk regardless. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Let's get this dealt with first. I'm almost certainly going to be using PaleoArk regardless, so I really want to mutate the Mosa, but the number one problem is that I don't know what else I want to do. I don't know if I want to grab like a Zephactinus or Megalodons for taking out Motor, or if I want to grab I mean, honestly, I could even go Plessies. Part of me's thinking that I could go ahead and run Deinosuchus is just my main combat creature, because I can use those both on land for the Master Controller and in water for Motor, which I think would be the perfect creature to use. But at the same time, I know Deinosuchus, their Gigabyte doesn't work on bosses anymore, so I'm not really sure if they're still that good. I mean, the damage their Gigabyte does is amazing just to start, but I know that the status effect doesn't work on bosses anymore, so I don't really know if I should be using Deinosuchus, but yeah, it's something I've just been thinking about, so any input would be greatly appreciated. And I have no idea where this Yutai went. I feel like it shouldn't be that hard. It's a Yutai, but it's just not here. Also, doesn't help that I have to take out these manas. I guess I should probably pull out the gene scanner, shouldn't I? Just up here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Let me just quickly check that. Okay, that's bad. I'll get rid of that. Yeah, let me just quickly go find where that Yutai went. Then we can go ahead and knock it out and take a look at its stats, and then I'll pull you guys back for that. But yeah, let me quickly go find it. Okay, I think this is the same one. I didn't pay too much attention to the traits, but I guess we'll know. If it falls asleep in a single dart, then it's definitely the same one. Okay, definitely the same one. So, wow, that thing ran pretty far. It's got a good stat. I mean, clearly it's got to have good stamina one way or another. I'm getting awfully tired of these manas. No, even if they just made it so their jumps use stamina in the wild, so they can't just spam them, that would be an amazing change. 32 weight, okay, that's better than the good one we found before that we had to kill, so hopefully that'll be good. And That's actually a really nice looking Yutai. Hold on. That baby's got really nice colors. I might claim it just to try and breathe the colors in, but that's probably a little bit too much work. But yeah, that's decent start. Still no sign of a good health or stamina stat, which isn't good. It's not awful, but I really would like to get at least a pretty decent one. Probably 30 pre-tame on one of those two. That way I can at least try and balance where I'm going to push all of the points, because I feel like every time I ever get a Yutai, I feel like I have too much stam on it. I feel like there's no point putting points in the stam, because I don't spam Courage Roar that much, but at the same time, I also can probably use Fear Roar. I think you can use Fear Roar on Thralls. Maybe we should test that out, just to make sure, when I go and test to see if it can get hit by a, flamethrower. But yeah, I think this is a little bit too far south for them. Where's the dino tracker say? Oh yeah, no, we need to go up here. That might actually be pointing me. No, that's pointing me straight to the one that we just knocked out. Yeah, hold on. Let me head up way up to the northern mountains, and we can go ahead and check up there. So hang on a second. Oh, wait a minute. 140. All right, never mind. I guess we're not headed up the northern mountains just yet, and that hit me. Hang on. There we go. I really wish that there was a trait you could put on creatures that would make them take, be less affected by Fear Roar. Maybe not completely immune to it, but, like, they have, there's Cowardly, which increases your movement speed whenever you take damage. Maybe that could go ahead and, as a balance, that could also go ahead and make it so you get more from Fear Roar. But there would also be a trait, maybe, I think Aggressive is the one where you move faster, and Mischief got the Yutai hit by the wolves. Dang it! Alright, well, let's hope it doesn't have a good stat. But, anyway, I think Aggressive is the one where you move faster when you attack things. So maybe that one could go ahead and give you, reduced effect to Fear Roar. I don't know, it could be an interesting idea. I just want to have a way... Okay, well, the stats are awful, so I don't even feel bad about this one. But, yeah, it'd be nice if I could just make it so my Desmo wasn't able to be instantly fear-roared by a single use of it, but... Yeah, alright, let me go ahead and find another good one, and then I'll bring us back again. Alright, got a 145 up here at the very northern part of the map. I'm thinking this is the last one that I'm going to tame before I'm just going to go off on my own and finish off taming the rest of them. Last one I'll show off, then we can go over the stats when I'm done grabbing the rest. Hopefully this is the last one I'll really need to do, because it'll have really good stamina and health, but if I'm being perfectly honest, there's like no way that's going to happen, and oh, for a second I thought I fell asleep. Looks like we're good though. Let's just give it that last shot. That got it. And hopefully there will be an Oston up here too, because I am going to need to get one of those. Let's just take out this Cryo and Rex, just so they don't come over and take me out. There we go. Alright, that should be everything, I think. I think we're good to go ahead and check the stats. Here we go. Okay, that's pretty bad. Nothing's really sticking out to me, so I guess we'll just give it the kibble and be on our way. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go around and start taming everything else that I need to get through, and then I can bring you guys back if I find anything particularly interesting that'll be worth looking at. What if this Oston, actually? Or I guess was. Okay. Well, thank you, Rhinos. You did me great service today. Yeah, I'll just go around and keep trying to find some stuff, and hopefully I'll bring you guys back if I see anything that's really noteworthy. But yeah, I guess just hang on, and I'll go try to grab a bunch of Yutais and hopefully a couple Ostons as well. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, so I decided to bring you guys back just to go over this 145 Oston I found, who has decent damage from what I can tell. Not as high as I'd like it to be, but I just wanted to go ahead and draw a note to the colors because this is actually a really nice looking Ostodon. Normally I don't really prefer bright colors on my creatures, but honestly, I wouldn't mind if these were the colors that I was working with, but I already have those done, and I feel like they worked here pretty well. But yeah, I figured that I may as well go ahead and bring you guys over here while I tame this thing, and I do have 5 Yutys knocked out on the map. It's taken me way too long to find them, and I've probably killed, I want to say, probably around 3 to 5 of them, just because their effectiveness keeps getting ruined every single time I knock them out, but it's alright. Figured that we just go ahead and tame up this Ostodon, just to go ahead and give me a reason to. I've kind of been trying to find ones that have good damage pre-tame, which the way I tell is I end up taming one a while back, and I noted how much damage it did to me, and then it had a wild baby, so I was able to see how many points it had into melee damage while it was wild. So I have a general idea that I want an Ostodon that does more than 25 damage to me with just its basic attack, and this one's doing 23, which obviously, if I'm doing math correctly, is less than 25, but I just figured that it may be worth trying to tame this one, especially just because I think the colors are nice, and you never really know, even though pre-tame stats may not be as high as you want them to be, sometimes the taming process can go ahead and just put a ton of points into one stat that you never really see coming. So I figured that for this one, I'm just going to go ahead and tame it up anyway, just because I need to go ahead and tame one of these things up. I'd like to not go ahead and kill every single one that I find on the map, and it looks like we have a baby terror bird over here. Buddy, where's your parent? There should be one around here somewhere, though. It looks like maybe it died to all of that. Let me just send everyone over here, and I'll probably just use the baby terror bird as the only creature that I go ahead and scoop up into the bolus. Hopefully I can find it when it gets launched out. There he is. A little bit hard to see, so tiny. I hope that one day we can get a TLC for the terror bird. I really like terror birds just as a group of birds in general, and I'd actually like if we could get, like, outside of just the dossier, if we could get, like, the actual name to show what kind of terror bird it is, because there's multiple different types, so species, I guess that's the word I'm looking for, but I really would like to see what flavor of terror bird, I guess, the one in the game is. I'm sure that it says on the dossier, but I haven't looked at the terror bird dossier in probably years, so yeah. It would be nice to just go ahead and get a TLC for those guys, because I really do want to see them actually be useful. Terror birds are such a interesting group of prehistoric birds, and I'd like to go ahead and see them actually be useful instead of being just, honestly, I mean, they're not much better than a raptor, but they're a lot harder to tame, so, I mean, just better than a really early game tame mount. I mean, the only thing special they have is their ability to, I guess, slow fall, but now with how many shoulder pets have that ability, that's not really that impressive. Though I gotta admit, it at least is probably one of the funniest looking things in this game, just seeing a terror bird flapping its stumpy little wings trying to slow its descent. That never stops to be funny to me, but hopefully we can go ahead and get this one knocked out pretty soon, and then I think by the time I'm done here, never mind, I got a little bit longer before those Yutys tame up. I'm hoping that I can find another one, but I brought the kibble for 10, but I did not expect to be taming 10 is a lot of Yutys. I mean, this map has a lot of them, but Yutys are still not exactly very common, so let me just quickly grab a drink of water before we really start this. This is not exactly, oh, there's something, I think that's a baby raptor. That'll work. Yep, oh, and there's mom. Alright, hi, just need to borrow you guys for a bit. So we got a saber on anemia over here. We'll be fine. Oh, that could be a problem. Okay, thank you, baby raptor, for being a sacrifice. I'll just grab this other one, and I'll let, mom go ahead and deal with that. I can't really get this saber. I don't want to run into anemia, because it'll probably kick me off, and I don't want to ruin the taming, but at the same time, it's also kind of just right there, so it'd be really nice to pick it up if I could. Fortunately, it looks like it's missing anemia now, so I don't need to worry about her potentially dying. Not that I really need to worry about that. It's just a wild saber. I'm much more nervous about the giant Rex going ahead and killing her than the saber. I can't wait to mutate Rexes. Maybe I'll do that on Gen 1, seeing that we have Tech Rexes. I've never mutated Tech Rexes, and I've actually had a color palette for Tech Rexes in mind for a while. I do plan on eventually mutating Rexes one way or another, but the main plan I have for that's still a ways down the road. I want to try and find something interesting on Gen 1. I think we're going to have to get rid of that Rex, though, if we want to finish up the taming. There we go. Let's quickly grab the Sanguine. I did make one, right? Yeah, there it is. I don't think my thing's sorted alphabetically. It's going to mess things up in my head. Alright. Let's just quickly... one more go, and then we'll be good. I think we're going to need 2 shots, though, and I think, yeah, the Raptor's dead. Is there still something around here I could use? Or am I going to have to go find something else before... there's a Snow Owl. Oh, the Snow Owl's Fear Roared, so we know there's a Yutai, and I see a Veil one. Alright, that'll work. Of course, Heatseeker procs on the one that I only needed like half a shot. Thanks, game. Alright. Hopefully, by some incredible stroke of luck, this thing will go ahead and put all of its points directly into melee damage. And hopefully I will have a ridiculous damage Octodon to go ahead and add to the mutation stats for our final Octodons. I'm really excited to see how these things are going to be when they're finally done. I know these things are incredibly powerful, and I think, aside from Gigas and Karkas, and... actually, I think they're the highest damaging creature that you can bring into a boss arena, so I'm really excited to see just how powerful they're going to get. That owl could be a problem. Looks like we're okay for now, though. It's pretty content just fighting mischief. Yeah, I'll have to... oh, never mind. I guess it's... alright. Oh, that works. Let's just turn so it doesn't go ahead and block us. Here we go. 3, 4, 5, and 1 creature, which is the Snow Owl, and quickly run up, and there we go. Yeah, awful damage, and that would be good health, but I already have much better than that, so... yeah, another disappointment of an Octodon. At least the colors are nice. We can go ahead and look at it for a few seconds, and... alright, yep, that's good enough. Alright, well, nothing good there. Not really having any good luck with anything today. Let's just quickly go check out that Yutai I saw. Well, I saw the Fear or effect of. Carno. Do you have a friend over here? Big and feathery? No? Okay, I thought there was one over here, but... that owl was Fear Roared, right? Am I going crazy? Maybe I am. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the Yutais. I'll go breed up one and get all of the good stats in an imprinted one, and then I guess we can take it out to see how I perform against an outpost. See if I'll get burnt alive or not on the back of a Yutai, and then just see if we can Fear Roar them and test them out how they do at outpost. But yeah, let me go pick them all up, and I will bring you guys back when I have an imprinted one. Okay, so I've gone ahead and picked up all of our Yutais, and here in the vault right behind me, I have everything that we ended up taming today. So the 2 Octodons who didn't really come out with any good stats. Technically, this is a good health stat, but I have better, and it's the bare minimum of good health I will take. The Yutais, on the other hand, gave me some pretty nice stats, just not exactly where I want them. So over here we have good weight, and Tenacious 2, which will be pretty good, honestly. I'll probably keep that. Here we have 49 in food. Don't need it, but I guess just nice to find. This one doesn't have anything good, and this one has 47 in melee, which is honestly that's pretty nice, and I'll probably keep that just so I can go ahead and help. So I guess it's good to get melee damage out of the way, and then this one is just the only male we got out of the bunch, but unfortunately he doesn't have anything really worthwhile. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and keep the good damage, and I'm just gonna find I think this is the worst one. And it actually looks like it may have lost effectiveness. Yeah, if it's 201, I'm not really sure what this one was, but yeah, if it's 201, that means that it definitely lost some effectiveness. But there is a beta Molten Works right by the house. It's outside the city, which isn't my favorite to do. They don't really give any good rewards. But I'm just going to grab the best Yutai saddle that I have. We're going to put it on this guy. And because it's Molten Works, there's a pretty decent chance that we're going to come across a Rhino with a Herald on it, which is exactly the problem that I want to go ahead and solve. I want to know, can a Herald go ahead and hit me while I'm on the back of a Yutai? So here we go. Just want to put the saddle on, and yeah, I got the Lost Saddle skin. This is actually pretty nice. I'll probably use this as opposed to the normal one for the boss fight, but let's just quickly head over there and hopefully we can get this thing done. If we don't and we lose, I mean, that's okay, but I mean, I can handle alpha outposts in the city with my 8 Ostodons and 4 Thylas, no problem. So I think that a beta outside the city should probably be pretty equal, though now that I think about it, it might be best if I just have my Yutai follow me while I get rid of all the structures, because I am going to be a little bit concerned that there may be a ballista, and if I get hit with a chain bola, then that's probably going to get me killed. So here, just need to toss everyone out. Here we go. Should have 8 Ostodons and 4 Thylas, which should be more than enough. I can run basically any outpost in the city with this. I haven't even used my Bison in a long time. I don't really need them. They're fun to have around, but yeah, the good Ostodons and good Thylas are just more than capable of handling them, so I guess I could probably bring the Bison if my Ostodons ever kind of need, if some of them need to go ahead and get healed a little bit and stay back, but I think we'll be fine. Looks like that's everyone, and hold on, that's just a really nice looking mammoth. Not a good level though. But here, let me go ahead and make sure the Yutai is following me. I'm gonna have everyone just bunch up right now. And let's just see, Courage Roar. Okay, Thylas are instant. Ostodons, that's probably only 3 or 4 Courage Roars. That's crazy. Yeah, 3 or 4 Courage Roars to max Courage in Ostodon. That's impressive, honestly. Okay, well, I'm now going to quickly hop onto one of these Ostodons, and I'm just going to tell everyone to follow it. And I'm going to be pinned. That's a bit of a problem. Here, let me do this now, and let's just go in, and yeah, I see a ballista right there. I don't think that's actually going to be a problem. Here, let's just quickly take care of that. And I'm hoping that this should go okay. Looks like this is the smaller layout, so as soon as we can get the generators down, I'll swap on over to my Yutai just to go ahead and apply the Courage Roar. But I do want to make sure that this is going to work. And I'm sure that my Yutai isn't going to be very good at taking out the structures. So I need to find the last generator. Should be right over here, I think. There we go. Alright, everything's shut off now. Now, where's my Yutai? In there somewhere. Let's see if I can get all these thralls off of me. It looks like it tried to Courage Roar. Here we go. Yutai. I need to be really careful. I might be in trouble here. Okay, there we go. We got a Fear Roar. It looks like it does affect the thralls. It just doesn't cause them to go running away. A lot of explosions, and now that I think about it, I think there can be thrall demolitioners or demolishers. Guys with rocket launchers. They normally ride on the back of raptors, and obviously that's a little bit scary because he can shoot me. Here, let's just tell them to take him out. Alright, Courage Roar would definitely be nice. I'll definitely have to go ahead and bring out Wither before we're done here to go ahead and test the whole how many Courage Roars Mowins take. Let's just see though if I can. Obviously Rexes are going to be immune to Fear Roar, so no point in even trying to Fear Roar them. I guess these Thralls can be affected. That's really nice that they're affected by that. I'm not really sure if that's making them actually take extra damage or not. Let's just see when it wears off here in a few seconds. Here, just one more Courage Roar before you guys go. Didn't really do anything, and yeah, the Thyla is just gonna come over and steal the kill from me. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, I probably should have stayed on my Asadon. Yeah, it looks like our stamina depleted really quickly, so yeah, I might put a little bit more points in this stam than I normally would. Unfortunately, I guess we can check with the help of the Forge Master now that I think about it. We can use the Forge Master to determine if I'm out of range of a flamethrower. So we'll have to test that out. Let me just quickly go ahead and drink some water, and I think I'm just going to run around. Here, Yutai, follow me, please. Thank you. I'll just go ahead and use this. I'm pretty sure I talked earlier about the really good Curse Pump Action Shotgun blueprint that I have now, and now that I'm thinking about it, I've been farming up element both through just doing outposts in the city itself, because they do give red element in a pretty decent amount, and I'm able to clear them incredibly quickly. But I've also had to farm it the normal method, just going around with a Dodec, bashing all of the lights that I find, and I really wish that you could harvest red element from, I mean, not red element, just element dust from all the structures out here. That'd be really nice. It's a nice way to help make it a little bit easier. There we go. Alright, so if we're not immune to the fire back here, or at least not out of range of it, I'm probably going to die very quickly, but first of all, let's just see. The boss is affected by Fear Roar, and okay, it looks like the stream should be able to hit me, but I am not burning. That's good news. The only question is, would a Thrall on the back of a Rhino be able to do it? That's the question. Good news though, this definitely works, and I'm guessing that he probably is taking increased damage because of the Fear Roar. I feel like Fear Roar... Yeah, Fear Roar increases the damage. It doesn't just apply the crowd control effect, so... Yeah, hopefully this should be nice to bring into the boss fight, and yeah, as I expected, that was really easy. Even the Yutai's doing pretty okay. And only 9k HP, I didn't even level it, so I guess that's good. I guess we didn't really get the info on whether or not a Thrall on the back of a Rhino will work. But yeah, I'm assuming that we should probably be fine. I mean, hold on, let me just stop everyone. Let me just pull over an Asadon. I mean, how much taller? It's a little bit taller. Okay, it's decently taller. It's almost twice the height. I mean, I think I'll be fine, right? Maybe. And I guess the problem is that if I'm not fine, I die and I have to restart it again. So maybe I should be a little bit more certain. I'll go test it out on my own time. I guess I'll probably have to find it. I don't know if there just wasn't any Thralls on the back of Rhinos, or if we went ahead and just killed them all too quickly. Let me just check the traits. Nothing good. You guys can sit here and you'll probably just end up getting killed. But yeah, I guess that they definitely are helpful for these things. I'm kind of surprised I didn't really think of grabbing Yutai earlier, but I guess the Ballista definitely is something that I would have to worry about. So either way, Fear Roar works. I didn't really get to test it on any of the smaller creatures. I guess I could probably just go quickly into the save to check that out, but I'm sure that definitely goes ahead and applies the increased damage that they take, and if at least I know that Courage Roar is still possibly the best thing you can bring into a boss fight. But yeah, I think this went really well, and I'm probably gonna have to go ahead and tame up more of these guys. I do want to try and get at least better health and stamina, because I mean, how much stamina does this guy have? 27. Okay, so at least that's pretty low stamina, and same with the health. I want at least 10 points higher and almost 20 points higher on the stamina. But I'm definitely gonna need a lot if I'm gonna be running around with this guy. Or, well, with the Yutai I end up using. I'm going to need to be able to run around and Courage Roar, which definitely is going to take up a lot of stamina. But yeah, I think for now, this definitely passed, and I completely forgot I need to clean that up from my Gloom mutations. That's been there for months, hasn't it? Anyway, but yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got for this one. A little bit of filler as I prepare for the boss fight. But next week is going to be going over the Ocedon, so hopefully I'm going to be able to get a better damage stat by then, but I can't really make any promises, as that does come down to whether or not ARK wants to give me one. I think the highest I have right now is 42, which it's not bad, but it's definitely not as high as I'd want it to be. But yeah, I'm going to be getting that done next week, and then it should be the final boss fight, and assuming that Genesis Part 2 doesn't get any delays, that will be the last episode of Lost Colony. But yeah, as always, if you have any suggestions for the boss fight, please do let me know, because I would like as much help as I can get. I don't really know what I'm getting into aside from the first two phases, and while I feel confident right now, I'm sure the minute that I'm about to go into the boss fight, all that confidence is going to go away and I'm going to become a nervous wreck again. But yeah, that's all I got for this one, so thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, farewell.